And we're live. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, too shabby. How are you doing?
Here's a question for you before we start while we wait everyone to get in. Of course, naturally, either on YouTube or on Facebook. You can see the Bart Simpson drawing behind you there. I did with Samuel. See it directly behind you. You'll see it in the camera here, mate, if you have a look at the screen here. See Bart Simpson?
Yeah.
Question for you. What's the orange thing? Samuel drew that. The orange thing. What do you think it is?
Yes.
What is it? It's not that hard, buddy.
It's a big, round, I want to say an apple or
Yes.
a balloon or a peach.
Oh, well done, mate. You actually did get the peach correct. Well done, Sam. He did actually guess what it was, which was awesome. So, of course, welcome everyone to our next live cross, where today we are going to be covering off a couple of questions for Kaleb from any of you. We are streaming live through both YouTube and Facebook, and I'm just getting online to Facebook so I can watch some of your questions. So any question you've got for Kaleb, primarily around the Apple Night, which is happening very soon for RMHC. This is the second Apple Night you've done, isn't it?
Yes, and the first one nearly killed me.
Yeah, yes, it did. You're also going to be doing the paddling for the Port to Pub, which is happening very soon.
Yeah,
You've never done that before.
No.
And also we've got to have some chats about some other things as well.
I'm hardly
So
paddled.
as we're waiting for everyone to come online, I just wanted to remind everyone, of course, Kaleb is once again walking for charity for RMHC here in WA. He's going to be raising money for that walk, which is happening very soon, just like Brianna. She's doing the walk with me. And just to be clear again what it is, would you like to tell everyone what the Apple Night Walk is for you, mate, just in case they've forgotten from Brianna's live cross?
Is it what's it to me or
No, what is
do I
the
do?
actual?
What do I do?
Yep. Well, what's the
Okay.
actual one?
So the Apple Night, you start in the city. You walk around the entirety of the Swan River, which comes to about 42.
Yep. 42 Ks.
You walk along beach sides. You
Yep.
walk through suburbs.
We started about what time? Do you remember? About 9:30?
I thought
Yep.
9:30.
9:30. Walk through the
9:30,
night.
and we finished at like 6.
6, yep, 6
o'clock in
o'clock.
the
So we
morning.
actually walked through the night. So this is his second time in doing it with us. And Frank, your first question. Yes, I do have time for my real job. I just got back from Rottnest from all the seniors. We had to pull this together for charity. So yes, mate, I do fit a little bit in. And hello, of course, to Julia and Barry as well for watching us as well. So, of course, everyone who's on YouTube as well, you can leave some comments for us, which we will see. If you do have any questions directly for Kaleb, let us know. And, of course, if you do want to actually help and donate to Kaleb's walk page, which is also going to RMHC, I've left the link in the actual description on both Facebook and YouTube. You just click that link, donate there, and it's really easy to do. So, go Jane, how are you, sweetheart? Thank you for tuning in again. So, first question, why are you doing the Apple Night Walk again? Second time.
Oh,
First question.
the first question for why I want to do it.
Yeah, why?
First off, it's good raising money for RMHC.
Yep.
The amount of times we've gone down there, either cooking food,
Yes, correct.
for space camp, it's just good getting to do a new
Yep.
thing each time. Second off, the start was good fun.
Yep.
I loved walking with you. It was good fun.
The start, because last year there was fire and flames and everything else going on, which is awesome. Yeah.
It was good fun at the beginning. It was definitely something that tests your will and how far you can go
Yes.
until you can't walk anymore because
Yes.
your hamstring or your calf gives out on you.
My ankles last time, but
Yeah.
yes.
I also am looking forward to because Brianna's now doing it with us also.
She is. She's going to be doing it for her first time. How much training has she done?
A lot more than I have.
What, nothing?
Yeah, pretty much.
So just so everyone knows, we've got our next live cross, of course, scheduled for tomorrow evening. We're going to be walking back from the zoo, all three of us. I'm also taking my cameras with us because I do want to try the live cross model, the live stream model, because I'm planning, hopefully, on doing the live stream throughout the actual Apple Night Walk, which is happening very soon next month. So, Paige, how are you? And then, of course, your mother has a question here. Are you going to carry your sister if she tries to not finish? Are you going to carry her?
Can I call her an Uber?
No.
I'm allowed to call her an
So
Uber.
we have gone down the Uber trail before. So I'm assuming you're not going to carry her?
I won't carry her, but I will drag her.
Okay. We won't let her quit.
No, she's not quitting. There's no chance.
Now, to be very clear, last year I came this close to quitting. Not last year, sorry, the year before COVID. I came this close to actually quitting on the Apple Night Walk. Do you remember going past the left bank?
Beside Dome.
Correct.
Yeah.
We're at left bank. We were actually only 1/3 of the way. And when we get to left bank, we are pretty close to home. And we just had to deviate down Canning Highway to get home. And I was in pain already. Obviously, we were stupid. We did no training. I don't recommend that at all. Don't
No.
recommend that. Anyway,
Idiots.
and the conversation you and I had at the left bank was where you had the same conversation with me that you did on Everest on the way to base camp when we wanted to quit on day 4, which was, let's just walk down here and then get to the next stage and see how we feel.
Pretty much.
I think we did that for the next 4 hours.
4 hours. We didn't stop.
Let's get to McDonald's and have a cheeseburger. Let's get to the next section. Let's get to Canning Bridge.
I can still remember those yummy cold cheese.
And definitely a shout out to Terry Crease and all the gang down at McDonald's, who were up very early in the morning, I suppose, late at night.
Like, respect on them.
The cheeseburger was what actually got us to the 3/4 mark. Literally, we were discussing it probably for around about an hour while we were walking. What are you going to have on your cheeseburger? Are you going to have a special? Are you going to have 1, 2, 3? What do you want to do? Do you want to get a coffee? Goodness me, it only kept us going. But I have to admit, when we had that cheeseburger and then turned off to go again, that was hard.
Oh, yeah.
That was hard.
It's like the Chicos and the gummy snakes are the only thing that kept me.
And also, small hint as well. We'll get into the hints later on. Kaleb and I had some lollies that we had that when we went to base camp, we gave ourselves every certain Ks or every hour when we stopped, we had some lollies that we actually enjoyed and wanted to have. So therefore, we did the same thing actually on the up all night. And your mother is actually asking a question here, Kaleb, which is, what was harder, base camp or the up all night?
Oh, God.
This is a tough question. What was harder?
I actually do not know.
So let's be clear.
Because my age was completely different.
Correct.
Tall
and
everything was.
And you did train for base camp, where we didn't train for the up all night. Which was harder?
I could answer what's harder: a day of trekking in base camp and a day in the up all night.
Yep.
I'd say probably for me, what tested me more, base camp on the day that we had to acclimatize climbing up that hill.
Yep.
Was a lot harder.
On day 4. Yep.
But every other day in my eyes, the up all night would have been that.
Yes. Easily would have beaten it. So
100%.
I agree totally. We were training for base camp, so and obviously that was very, very difficult. The altitude was very difficult. I think the hardest part of base camp was having to walk down another day because the helicopter couldn't get up high enough. Do you remember? And it broke. And it broke.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I hated everyone, everything. I didn't want to talk to anybody.
And I had our guide in my head during the up all night, which I remember him having the conversation with you because you broke.
Oh,
you were just, I'm not moving, stuff this,
This helicopter,
can they fly the helicopter up there? And he said, look, Kaleb, we know it's a problem, but we have to do it.
I felt like crying. We'd done, it was 11 days?
Yes. No, it was 8 days. 8 days. Yep.
Oh, it was the 2 days.
You go.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was 8 days and we had to stay another day.
Yep. After you and I camped in a tent outside at base camp.
It wasn't like we'd stayed inside in like a normal little shack. No, I say shack because that's usually what we say.
Shack. So by the way, just so you know, the actual accommodation on the way to base camp wasn't too bad, but yeah.
Oh, 100%. No, it was a lot better than I expected.
Yeah.
But the day that we were supposed to be getting out, we stayed in a tent.
Yep.
Because a lot of people from Nat Geo Wild didn't want to share a room.
Correct. A group from Nat Geo decided that they were going to take all the rooms, but there was 2 beds in each room and they weren't going to share. So we literally were in a tent with the yaks outside overnight.
That was so funny.
So it began there, but then we got down, which was awesome. But to answer your question, definitely, I think the up all night is not as hard as base camp, but the final 10 Ks of up all night, which is walking the final part, I can tell you the only reason why I finished that, just like base camp, was because you were there, mate. I was going to give up about twice. Hello, Brianna, by the way. I did see your comment. Thank you, Sweater. And it says, have you done any training, Kaleb? And will you be joining tonight?
What's tonight?
Tonight, as in, it's actually tomorrow, Brianna, for the training. But anyway, are you joining on Sunday with us?
What's on Sunday? What's
happening on Sunday is our training is we're going to be dropped off to the Perth Zoo by your mum, and we're going to walk back. So in other words, the same way we walked to in the up all night, but back home, starting about 6:30 at night. It's only 10 Ks. It takes 2 hours.
I'd like to politely decline.
No, you haven't done any training yet.
But
you have to come onto the live cross.
I walk around at McDonald's quite
No, that's training.
Consistently.
But it's not totally always that training. Okay, so in other words, let's get on to another couple of questions about the up all night. And once again, just a reminding to everyone, if you do want to actually donate to Kaleb's page, you can do it via the link which is in our description. I'll just bring it up here in a couple of seconds from the point of view of seeing if there's any donations, because I do like thanking the donations live when they do come in. So just give me 2 seconds, I'll get into this. So while I'm looking at this, Kaleb, how about you answer the next question, which is, let me just pause this. What is the one thing you are not looking forward to? One thing you're not looking forward to during the Up All Night Walk?
During the Up All Night?
Yep. The one thing.
Well,
you're not
most of the
looking
stuff
forward
we had that went wrong was just because we were underprepared completely.
to. Yes.
So it was early morning where we were freezing because we thought we'd be fine. The less we
Yes.
carry, the better.
Valid point. Yeah.
Completely wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
We should have brought jackets, so that can be easily moved. I think the hardest part is going to be walking past KFC, which is 2 blocks from our house again, which is
Yes.
halfway, and you can see the city from across the entirety of the river.
Correct. And then you can actually see how far we've still got left to go. Yes.
That I remember the amount of times I just start walking. We're walking, and I'd start to slowly veer off towards where the KFC was, and you're like, "Get back on this path right now."
Yeah, it was something which we had to keep reminding ourselves to keep going. So I've now got that up,
Dad's break point was definitely at the left bank.
Yes.
Mine was when we were just a couple blocks away from home.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm not saying anything, but it is very close and is a very big possibility that we could walk that way if you feel like it.
So they could have definitely gotten home. A couple of the other questions. What is the one thing you are looking forward to the most about the Up All Night Walk?
One thing I'm looking forward to.
Yep.
I think he's being an idiot walking through the entirety of suburbs at night.
Yeah.
I think
Bringing our music.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
We'll get
Brianna's already said we need to make a playlist. Yep.
Oh,
Because we are walking
deal.
together, all three of us,
it's
for 8 hours.
damn. It
Yep.
is 8 hours, isn't
Yes, it is. It's maybe just over, or just for us at least. We're not walking that quick, and we're certainly not running it. So it's about 8 hours.
We'll
Yep.
run it like a marathon.
Yep, about 8 hours. We're gonna have to play, get some playlists going.
Oh, a lot.
Yep.
The thing I'm looking forward to the most.
Mm.
I don't mind the sunrise that we watch when we're walking.
When we're getting through to the city,
Yeah,
yep.
just over the river.
Because when the sun comes up, we know we're really nearly
lights
finished.
it all up. Exactly.
Really nearly finished.
But the problem is that's when the wind comes in. Everybody gets frostbite.
Yes, we are definitely going to be taking a jacket, definitely this year, plus also some batteries and so on to be able to charge us up as we go. As once again, just a reminder to everyone, if you do want to donate to Kaleb's page, just look in the actual description. Every dollar counts. As much as you can donate, as little as you can donate, we will be truly grateful for that for RMHC. Once again, hit the description, straight into the page, donate through. By the way, whether you're watching this on replay or not, the link is still going to be there. So how about the Porta Pub now? Moving on to one of the other adventures that we are doing. Now, just to be clear, reminding everyone what the Porta Pub is that Kaleb is also doing. On the 20th of March, Brianna and I and Justin Bolton, of course, and Julie are going to be doing the Porta Pub swim, which is swimming to Rottnest. And to be clear, once again, I've never done an ocean swim before. Brianna has, I believe, JB obviously has, and I don't believe Julie has either. And you are paddling.
Yeah, I don't think I could swim.
But hang on, I agree.
I can't
you have
swim
done
in
no
general.
training.
Oh, no. Also, I just
But-
can't swim.
How about the paddling? Because you have to paddle.
That's going
Yeah.
to destroy my arms.
Yeah.
Because I'm even absolutely shocking at paddling itself. So I probably need to get in the kayak and go down
This-
to the boat.
No, this is not selling it very well.
I mean,
that
I am an absolute legend in the
you
water.
you are a paddler for us, but you're also a bad paddler. That's hopefully we're going to be
Hey,
a second paddler for
If I'm going
that.
to do it, I'm going to be good at it.
Yeah,
I'm good at
and
being bad.
brother, hello, Coach, and thank you very much for joining us. So obviously you haven't trained for the paddle yet, but just to be clear, you have to lead us towards the boat. JB's told me what you have to do.
Oh, what?
Yeah, you have
What,
to
you're
lead us.
following me.
Yeah, so we're literally following because you are the person who normally keeps on our right, not in front of us because we don't look, but on our right, and you keep us going in the correct direction.
Oh, okay.
So the paddle, then you have to keep alongside us and so on. So we're hopefully going to have a second paddler, so you'll be able to swap. So it's not everyone. So that's something. So
But you-
here's the other question I got from a lot of people. They've asked me why I'm doing it, and I've told them because I'm a bit crazy. I've told why Brianna's doing it because she likes that type of stuff and she looks for the challenge. Why are you doing
You
it?
needed a paddler.
Yeah.
And I feel bad if I say no.
Okay, so in other words, I sort of did it to you.
Didn't peer pressure me at all. I know what you're talking about.
So I didn't give you the ability to do it at all. Of course, obviously with it, I'm looking forward to it, but I must have been a bit scared because today, fun enough, is the Rotto swim that's on today. The weather is perfect for the swimming to Rottnest. No wind, very little swell. It's warm but not hot. It's not cold, so it's perfect weather. And I'm hoping we have the same weather for us, my goodness.
Yeah, the thing is, I could not swim it. I know people say my body type. You could swim it. You just got to train.
Yeah,
I can't train swimming. I can't stand swimming.
Can't stand
so
swimming.
I'll kayak. But the problem about me kayaking is when we went over to Lancelin Island.
Yes.
I also fell off the boat and paddleboard a few times.
Yes, one of our YouTube videos highlighted Kaleb's expertise on the water. Anyway, it's going to be an adventure, and I'm taking my cameras with us. So worst case, we'll have an adventure. Best case, we'll have an adventure finishing it, which will be something. So your mother asked, do you have a waterproof cover for your phone? just to be clear, Kaleb dropped his phone about 4 times in the water up at Lancelin, and
it's the same phone.
Correct.
It's not dead. It's
correct.
Still going.
It certainly was a lot of laughs on our part, mate. So in other words,
a lot of laughs on your part.
A lot of laughs. So in other words, if you do want to just have a look at our YouTube channel, you'll see there the Lancelin adventure where we swum with sea lions, and Kaleb here had some fun with his phone.
I think for safety, I'm just not going to bring it.
No, I think it might be better doing that, leaving it on the boat. Correct. Clay, how are you, mate? Welcome back again, buddy. How are you, bud? So now when it comes down to the next couple of things we're doing, we're doing the Cape to Cape mountain biking race in October, where Brianna's doing the Cape to Cape for the first time.
Is she doing it now?
Yep, she's doing it with me in October, because Kaleb actually did this with me. How many years ago now? 2017, wasn't it?
Yeah, it would have been
2018, 2017. Are you going to come with us?
Are you talking about riding, or are you talking about me just saying hello?
No, you have to come down there and ride with us in October, because Brianna's never have done it before.
Yeah.
I've done it. You've done it.
Have you taken her out mountain biking yet?
Not yet. Brianna hasn't been on a mountain biking yet. Well, I'm waiting till after the swim. I can't do too many things with her.
You can't break.
You're going to come?
Well, you're saying you don't want to break her like you've broken me.
No, I didn't break you. The ride nearly did, but
are
you going to come on it? Come on.
When is it?
October. Heaps of time.
This October?
Yeah. Heaps of time.
Are we having steak sandwiches again? That's a real question.
We can try and stay in the same place.
Oh, if we stay at the same place, that's actually a good place to stay too.
Yep. So is that a yes?
Oh, I'll think about it.
So that's close enough to a yes, in my opinion.
That's
you have the bike, you have the ability, and you have the time.
I've still got the what's it called on my bike. I've still got the sticker. You know how each day you have a sticker showing I've still got that stick stuck to my bike. Yeah, it's still on there.
Because just on the Cape to Cape, they actually give you stickers each day to show you how far you're going to be riding, the elevation, and so you know where you are and you know what to look forward to, what type of ride it's going to be. And Kaleb and I stuck them to our bikes. Not because we knew how to read them, just to be clear. We didn't. We just knew then what we were in for, how long it was going to be, and then, of course, as a little bit of a memory, which would be great. Now, is there anything else you want to bring up about the Up All Night Walk? Anything at all? You're going to tell your friends to help you and donate?
The Up All Night Walk would not say no to some donations. I've got to donate, I think, $500 in general.
Yes.
That's how much I have to raise.
Yeah, I'll just double check. I think you've got a donation here. Got a $100 donation. Hang on, I'll just refresh the page. Sorry. Should be at about $100, and it is. You're at $100 so far, so you're 1/4 of the way, mate.
Thank you very much to whoever did that.
1/4 of the way. Beautiful.
Alrighty.
Yep. Sorry, go on, mate. Sorry.
The Up All Night. Wait, so what was the question again?
The Up All Night. Is there anything else you'd like to bring up about the Up All Night?
I would recommend it to anybody, but
it's sold out. That's the only problem.
Not this year. If you haven't done it yet, I'd recommend it.
Yeah.
Do train for it. Don't be an idiot like me, because I think I can take it. I probably won't be able to take it when the day comes.
The thing is,
this is the first time Dad will be able to.
I remember the conversation you and I had about the Up All Night, and we go, it's 42 k's, long way. And we're going to walk it. It was a stupid thing for me to say. But anyway, that's what we said. I must admit, that was the hardest walking thing I think I've ever done.
And we do the Ronald McDonald house walk.
Yes. Between our stores, correct.
How long was that?
15 k's.
15 k's. So most of us feel pain when we finish that.
Yep.
We have to do that 4 more times pretty much.
Yep.
Or like 3 more times.
Yep. We have to. In other words, for the Ronald walk, we have to walk from our Rockingham restaurant to Secret Harbour. We then have to turn back around and walk back to Rockingham, then turn back around and walk
go again.
most of the way back to Secret Harbour.
And then give up halfway through.
Yeah, correct. And then literally give it. So in other words, it's a long way. But as I was saying before, you're saying that people should definitely do it.
Oh,
it is actually sold out, by the way, just so everyone knows. And there is an actual Daydreamers way of doing it where you can walk through the month of Feb, but I believe that's finished now. I know they're continuing to raise money. And that's why we're doing these types of events, just to bring some actual attention to it, as well as hopefully get you along for the ride. Because what I am planning on doing, I haven't told you quite this yet, Kaleb, because I was going to tell you Sunday when you come out for the walk for the zoo,
Great.
is that I'm going to be bringing my cameras, okay, with a light this time. And we're going to be doing a live stream every hour on the hour for the whole lot.
Okay.
So we'll start at the open. I'll be able to talk to some people there. I spoke to some people at Mcdonald's today that I'll be able to have on the live stream. And then we'll literally have a live stream every hour. So if people want to see how we're going, where we're at, we'll be able to do that. And then, of course, obviously, we'll then have the end.
That's actually
stream.
a pretty good idea because.
But I've got to carry a battery, mate.
That's a
you
phrase
that you've got to carry.
No.
Battery part. Hang on, I'll be carrying the lollies and the jacket so I don't get hypothermia.
Brianna can carry the batteries.
Yeah. Oh, Brianna's got to carry something too. So hopefully Brianna can actually carry some. But no, that's what I'm thinking of doing. So we can literally see the whole lot.
That makes complete sense because when I walked last time, the amount of my friends that I was continuously Snapchatting.
Yep.
About where we are because there was a party happening the same night we did it last time.
I remember you were on the call. Yep, I remember.
So we were walking through that. We were probably an hour into it. And I had about 30 people asking me to come out to this party. And I was like, nah, I wish I could.
Yeah.
But I am having my legs torn off step by step at the moment.
Because I'm walking for 42
Pretty
k's.
much.
I think half the people you spoke to didn't believe you.
Oh, no, they thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
What normal person walks 42 Ks?
For 42 Ks overnight.
What normal person goes, you know what I feel like doing
on a Saturday night?
On my Saturday night, you know what I feel like doing? Yeah. Let's go for an entire walk around all of Swan River.
And actually get dressed up at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Some people are going in onesies. I'm not going to go in a onesie, man.
You'd sweat.
Correct. I'm going to
It'd
go
be good for the morning.
Probably some running gear because the thing is you get rubbing, chafing, and so on, from your shirt. That's something because I'm not a marathon runner. I don't do any of that type of stuff.
Far from it.
Correct, far from it. So it's something which we're going to be looking at for ours. But so when with the actually up all night walk with what it's going to be done and where we're going to be going.
Yep.
Is there anything we need to do with Brianna to help her get through it being a first timer? So, and anyone who's watching it who is doing the
wheelchair
walk, no, we can't cheat. So for
we're
me,
not cheating, we're strategizing.
No, because for me, when it comes to actually Victoria, she sent out a link today for there's a company that's actually helping and giving discounts to some of the walkers about some things to buy, the correct socks and those type of things. For me, we've got to make sure she has the correct socks.
I refuse to wear trekking boots this time.
We didn't wear trekking boots last time, did we? Did we?
I'm pretty sure I wore my trekking boots.
Oh, okay. So don't wear those.
Don't. They weighed an absolute ton.
But you have to wear shoes you've worn in, though.
Yeah. So don't know if I recommend. It depends if you got sneakers that are already worn in.
Yeah.
Ensure you have good quality new sneakers.
Yeah.
Because most of our sneakers, I've got pair that I use now. I've got my specific pair for walking. I've got my other pair I wear for when I go out.
Yeah, but it's okay. So in other words, having the right shoes.
You got to make sure it fits because if it doesn't, I'm pretty sure what happened for us, the back of our heel kept slipping.
Yes.
And we got...
For you, it was. For me, it was the first year I did, I had the wrong shoes and my feet were sliding forwards.
Oh, so it was at the bottom of your foot.
So it was the bottom of my feet that got sore, but yours
for me, it was my heel.
For doing those. And also having the right socks and the right shirt. And funny enough, bringing a jacket. I did not think to bring a jacket.
I would have been like, no, we're walking, we're continuously exercising. For anything, we're just going to get overheated, not cold.
No.
But in the morning,
it was cold. It was definitely cold in the morning.
It was frosty winds.
Final question for you, mate, before we wrap this up, because we've now been going for nearly 24 minutes. A question for you now about the house.
Yes.
For Ronald house. Why are you raising money for the house? Why are you so... Because so far, let me be clear, you have... walked to Base Camp Everest raising money for the house. I think you raised, if my memory serves, over $5,500 for that.
Yep.
You've been part of the Ronald Walks, as in our
For
company,
my
Ronald Walks.
entire
Yep,
childhood.
literally for the last 10 years. We should hopefully pass $200,000 raised in total over those 10 years. But I know you've been definitely part of that. You've done fundraising for the house. You've gone down to the house and you've cooked dinners down there
Yep.
with some of our managers as well, and taken the dinners up to the families, if you remember, at the house. So tell me, why are you raising money for the house?
It's not just that I'm raising money for it. It's more though when you see it online, like you've seen the RMHC ads and all that type of stuff. It's completely different when you go down to Ronald McDonald House. You go there, you talk to the kids, you talk to the people that work there, and you actually see the amount of people putting in effort there. It's not just people. It's not people getting paid most of the time. Most of the people that cook dinners are people that are like, what's the word?
Volunteers?
Yeah, they're volunteering.
Like you were, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're volunteering on a weekly to nightly basis to cook dinners for these kids who do not have the ability to do most things that we have at different times.
Yep.
It's just that thought that if I can help in any way that's possible to help them do what they're already doing, why wouldn't I?
Yep. Mate, it's something which I agree with. And sorry, I was paying attention, mate. We have just passed $318 of your $500 goal.
Yeah.
Thank you very much to the people who've donated 104, 2112, and of course $2, mate. That was me setting up your account, mate. So you can thank my $2. Thank you very much. We just passed $300, which is awesome. Thank you very, very much. Nearly there at your $500 goal. But sorry, mate, you were saying primarily because of the work that everyone does down there. Do you know what always gets me down the house especially when we go down there together, whether Brianna or the whole family or Sam, and we go down there and we cook a meal or whatever we end up doing with our people or separately, and you start talking to some of the parents, the parents who come down and have dinner, and you then start hearing about why they're there. And normally, if they can, their little one can come out of the hospital and come have dinner with them. And when I see the kids, walking down with their IVs or something like that, just so they can try and have some normacy of a family dinner, for example.
Yeah.
And then after that, you and I have cooked our meal, we've said hello, said thank you, and the volunteers are awesome, and we go home. And we have our family dinner.
Because we go home to a family dinner that we have, that you take for granted.
Correct.
Because we do it on the nightly, and that is normal.
And we're all together and none of you are sick. That is what actually highlights to me the very difficult times they go through and why it's so important.
And it is so hard to see these kids, though, at times.
And they are so happy. Unless, of course, they're going through a bad time of their chemo and they're down. I always have a laugh with the kids.
They're
always
happy. They're always joyful, laughing, telling you, going, "Why are you so tall? What are you doing here?" They'll look at you going, "Why are you tall?"
I remember
am I tall?
Someone asked, "Why is he so tall?" Then asked me, "Why don't I have any hair?"
Yeah, where's your hair gone? Where's your hair gone?
And that was just one of the dinners that we had down there. And of course, obviously, we just as you can probably tell, our family just starts talking. And
I want to get a group of my friends down so we can. I want to get a group of my friends. Dinner for a night.
I think that is an awesome idea to get some of the young kids, not parents, obviously.
Yeah.
The younger kids and your friends down there to see, because the one thing as well is when you made that meal or you raised the money for the house, whatever you end up doing, and you finished it, how did it make you feel after that?
It actually made me feel pretty good. It's just knowing that I've given, well, not just given back. It's the feeling of when you go with people you know or people you don't know.
Yep.
To meet people who are so thankful to you for just giving up just a little bit of your time to come cook them dinner.
Yep.
But it's how much that means to them that you've come out and taken time out of your day, and then it just makes you kind of feel, I don't want to say warm, but just a bit better about yourself and how it's going.
I always feel good.
Yeah, pretty much. Like that's the easiest way to say it.
The situations are very sad and I can't help with that, but I can try and help and make their night at least a bit better.
Exactly.
To help with dealing
with it. And it's not like it's bad food either. It is really good food.
Just so you know as well, we cooked a pie together.
That was beautiful. It was.
What was it? A mushroom and leek pie?
Mushroom
and chicken.
Mushroom and chicken.
Leek pie.
Yeah.
If you asked me how to cook it now, I wouldn't know. okay, because we followed
Not
the
a clue at all.
instructions. But very proud of what we made. It was good. I went back for seconds, you know.
Didn't you forget to put something in the pie?
No, we don't talk about the
Yeah,
forgotten ingredients.
Oh no, it's art.
No.
Art. We'll just put it on the top.
No, it's like when you put a barbecue together and you have leftover parts. You don't talk about those.
They just disappear.
You're correct. You don't talk
Okay,
about
that's
those.
fair enough. There.
I had that conversation with a lot of people who have put barbecues for. They don't ask me to put barbecues together anymore, funny enough.
I wonder why.
Yes, correct. But obviously, once again, if you want to be able to help Kaleb raise some money for RMHC, excuse me, I've actually put the donation page into the actual description. So you can click that. Any money you can donate whatsoever would be awesome. All of it goes directly to the house here in WA. And it goes to actually running the house, keeping the programs open. Do you know how many programs I have at the house?
How many?
Oh, yeah. As you know, they've got accommodation, obviously.
Yeah.
But they've also got the learning platform. They've got the tutoring platform. They've got the holiday platform for a program for the families to have a bit of a holiday together. They've got family outreach program. They've got tutoring to get people back. They've got a whole load of programs behind it. So it's a lot more than just accommodation.
And I don't think people know how good of facilities this place has.
Yeah.
Like immensely. They have a room called the playroom.
Yep.
Mixed with their classroom. So some classrooms, their kids can't come in, so they do it
The one upstairs?
Yep. So they'll do it like face to face, but not face to face. They do it on a computer.
Yep.
So they'll talk to each other. Next to that, I remember when I went in, I was 15.
When you were first one, you were 13, mate, when
13.
you went in there. Yeah, you were 13 when you went for the base camp. We went there. Yep.
Yeah.
We got trapped in the stairs.
They had I was just sitting there in the beanbag and I looked. It was Xbox.
Yep.
PlayStation.
That's
Xbox.
the teen area. Yes.
And then all of a sudden a bunch of teens just came in and they just
Yes.
came and sat down and just chilled. I'm like, I didn't think this would be saying like I expected them to have like TVs and all that.
Yep.
But they had things for them to entertain. Because I remember we brought down some games for them once.
We did. You actually
And-
brought down to the old house. You brought down your old Xbox games. That's
There
right.
were
Yep, you did.
so many of them too. Like I don't even know what they were.
Correct. There
Can't
were
remember.
a lot of games. Just so Kaleb was 13 when he first went to the new house, and he was planning to walk to base camp with me.
I remember the old house.
Yep.
The
The old house?
Yeah.
Yep. It was a smaller house.
Yeah,
The new house has 47 rooms, where the smaller house that Granddad was actually involved in was a lot smaller. But regardless, the place at Kaleb, so he went down there and then just sat with the kids in the playroom with the Xbox, upstairs in the teen room, because there's rooms on the outside, then activities in the middle. But I do remember, as I said, we got trapped in the stairs because
that wasn't even funny. That wasn't even a joke.
just to put that in perspective, we were actually training for the base camp. We were doing stairs. Okay. And what we wanted to do is we wanted to do a video to highlight the house, but also highlight our training, which we had to do stair training. So we decided, let's do stair training at the house. But once again, we forgot once we were let in that we were supposed to keep the key on us, because there's so much security. You get into the stairwell, you can't get out, because you need the key to get out. And we had to ring the front desk to let us out after a while too.
Hi, we don't want to be a nunuisance or anything.
We're knocking on the
stuck in
door.
a staircase. Could you come get us, please?
At least we learned that this security is awesome down at the
Oh,
house.
it's a
Definitely awesome. At the
imagine
house.
being someone that tries to break into the house and you get pulled out by the police because you're stuck in the staircase.
But it's an awesome facility down there and awesome people. So okay, so now we're just past that 30 minutes. I did promise I wouldn't be much longer than 30 minutes. So of course I'll just do the final tally. So it looks like we have passed $318, Kaleb, which is awesome.
Perfect, we're nearly there.
So in other words, we've just gone 300, and I'll turn our applause up, 318 or $500. So you've only got another, goodness me, another, 180 left to get before we go. And hello, Peter, by the way, you've just joined the live stream as well. Is there anything you'd like to wrap up, mate, before we wrap up this live stream and hopefully go for some training? And I've got some work to do as well.
Yeah, you better be going back to work.
Yes, I
now.
have some work to do.
All I can say really is if you've got the ability to do anything for either the house, any charity event, such as like Up All Night Walk, or just any I don't want to say an adrenaline event, but just an event that's fun, that's something you wouldn't do before. You'd see it and go, that'd be cool, but you never actually go do it because it takes effort to go book it and everything. Do it. You've got, what's it called? The Cape to Cape, which is a memory I'll never forget.
Yep.
Everest Base Camp, a memory I'll never forget.
Nope.
The amount of things that we've just gone, you know what? And it's not like hard things. Cape to Cape. You go down there with a bike, you get accommodation. Apparently a few people stayed down there I think it was tents and stuff.
Yeah, some did. It's a 200 kilometer ride over 4 days. A mountain biking ride.
I will never forget that.
No.
Coming home to the little collies with steak sandwiches, watching Haunting on Hill House.
Correct. And
on
the little
TV.
eggs that our
That we brought every
host left
morning.
for us every morning. That's
It
right.
was amazing.
That's right.
If you have the chance to do anything that you see and think will be cool, and you just choose not to do it because it'll take time to get there,
Or it's hard.
or it's hard to do, or any of the above, just say what the heck, just go do it. You will not regret it in any way possible, because I promise we haven't.
The best thing is when you just say yes, and then with saying yes also help others, as in raising money. I can tell you we have had some adventures with that we will not soon forget, and we have some more planned. Of course, Ali, how are you, by the way? Welcome to the stream, of course, obviously. And I think I've already said hello to Peter. Thank you very much for coming to the stream again. Apologies, I am managing both Facebook and YouTube at exactly the same time. But anything else you'd like to say, mate, before we go?
Not too much from now on. It's really just I've completely forgot what I was going to say now. I had something in mind 2 seconds ago.
That's all right.
But no, at this point.
So, of course, obviously, if you are watching this replay on either YouTube or Facebook, you can, of course, obviously, it goes directly to Kaleb's link. We do have until now, just to be clear, it is the 6th of May?
It is.
Or the 7th of May?
Oh, what?
As in the actual walk. 6th of May,
the Up All
7th
Night
of
Walk.
May.
I'm pretty sure the Up All Night Walk is on the 6th of
Let me have a look.
March. Isn't it 6th
March.
of March?
It's March. Not
I was like, what do you
May.
mean May? I
What
was
am I
like,
saying May? I'm thinking
please
about
tell
the
me you're
wrong
not
thing.
pulling me out
No,
for
no.
my Up All Night Walk on my
Apologies.
birthday to wake up.
No,
after.
apologies. What I'm thinking about is May is we're actually doing the Cape to Cape walk for the house, as in hike for the house with the Smiths and so on.
Yeah.
We're doing a walk down
When's
there
that?
for Jane's birthday. That's actually begins on the 19th of May, your mum's birthday, and it goes over 3 days.
Oh, you are
So we're
so
doing that.
lucky, Mum. I know you cannot wait to be
She will-
walking through your birthday.
But now let's just be clear though. Yes, she goes for a beautiful walk in Cape to Cape. And just so you know, there's some locations that we go for a walk for the Cape to Cape. You cannot.
Nicest husband I've ever met.
You cannot get. Can you hear the sarcasm?
I know you want to sit in bed and have breakfast. I know you want to sit in bed and have breakfast for your birthday.
No.
Get out of bed. We're going for a walk.
Walk into luxury, yes, Jade. So yes, I am meaning that the hike for the house stuff. Walk into luxury is a beautiful company, and so yeah, she's saying it's a walk into luxury.
Is it actually?
No, so no. Just to be clear, what we're doing down south.
You said that about camping. At Everest.
No. I never said bloody camping was going to be luxury. I said it was going to be bloody hard. But regardless, so the walk into luxury, what that is a hike for the house where we go down south, and yes, we walk. Yes, we walk for 10, 15 k's. Depends on the day. We go to locations that you just cannot get to, really, some of them without walking in. Yeah.
So like very limited people have been there.
Beautiful locations. Then when you finish, you go back to a very good hotel. It's no camp, very good hotel, get showered and have an unbelievable dinner, wine, everything from down south. So the luxury part is really there. So in other words, for your mum's birthday, it's probably a very good thing.
So what I'm hearing is 15 k's of exercise.
Yes.
To go eat the amount that puts that 15 k's right back on.
You are, and probably a whole lot of wine and everything else.
That's fine.
Correct. And raising money for Ramadan House as well.
That's fair enough. No.
See?
Wait, is it for RMHC too?
Yeah. It's raising money for RMHC.
I want to do it.
UB Smith's is also great wine into the luxury as well. I totally agree. I've still got some wines, Mandarin Grant from last time, and they're beautiful wines. Oh, goodness me, the Cullen visit last time we went, it was just beautiful. And Jane said, and awesome company, by the way. Yes, we have some very good company down there. And I'm guessing that is going to be Amanda or Grant answering that question, that water is for dogs. Just so you know, that's what my wife says when I tell her to drink more water. She says water is for the dogs. That's why she normally goes for the wine, especially after her first year. But this year is going to be a challenge because Jane's had some actual operations on her ankle, and they were pretty major ones. And she's going to be getting up and about as we go to get trained for that once we have the Up All Night Walk done, as well as the Roto Swim done. The Port to Pub done, where they're going to move on to that. Because that is going to be a lot of fun. And I'll be able to have a look at some places down there that we can go exploring and mountain biking, because Cape to Cape, sort of. You know that you can walk the whole Cape to Cape? This is like a massive trek, which I wouldn't mind doing.
How about? No.
What?
Do you know how much pain the mountain biking put me in? I was dead after a 60k day, feeling like my legs were about to fall off, and I went to chuck my bike into a ditch.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's just backtrack just a little bit here. Part of that is true.
No, all of that is true.
No, we got halfway through the last day of Mordor. Oh,
no,
sorry,
that's
of
not
Lord of
okay.
the Rings,
That
and
is
we got
not
to the
okay.
Mordor section. We passed someone who had jackknifed over the top and was covered with a shock blanket so they
Yeah.
wouldn't get hot. And I kept yelling at Caleb, just keep riding, just keep
Don't
riding.
look.
Everyone's there. He's been taken care of. Didn't want him getting stressed out. Then
I jackknifed into it.
you did. Then only about a
It
couple
wasn't
of minutes.
my fault either.
Couple
Some
minutes
old
later.
lady in front of me didn't know how to bloody ride.
She was. She wasn't that old. She was just going slow.
No,
and
grandma.
and she tried to pass you. Then she did. Then she stopped, and you had to veer off, and you literally
No, she
flipped.
didn't just
and,
stop.
Yeah.
There was 2 trees like this.
Yes.
On either side, right?
Yes.
I am part way through this tree pretty much, and she decides, oh, there's a little rock. I don't
Yes.
want to go over that.
Yes.
Brake.
And
Hits a brake,
stop.
stops in like completely. So I have to veer off the road when I'm halfway through trees pretty much, or I'm going to run into this old lady and probably break her.
Yep.
And I think I don't know what hand. I punched a tree, hit my shoulder,
Correct.
and I
actually-
was angry.
You went over the handlebars, and just like footballers go in for the tackle, but Caleb went to tackle a tree. So he shouldered the
I
tree.
won, I promise.
Correct. He won the
I
tree,
was-
and then I must admit, I was very impressed with you at that time. And by the way, Anthony, how are you? Welcome to the stream. I was very impressed with you when you hit that tree, and you weren't that far away from that lady, that you kept your composure.
Oh no, everything was said under my breath.
Yes,
I
but
rode
that
away
lasted for around about 4 minutes
until she was outside.
until she was outside.
Then I went ballistic.
And the bike was about to be thrown
At
into the
her.
bush. No, you got to chuck it. But and the bike literally was going to be thrown into the bush, and I just had to quietly, literally try to say, "Look, mate, are you okay? Is anything broken?"
Keep
No,
riding.
I know it hurts, but if you throw the bike, you're walking.
Yeah, which is
And
probably,
just to be clear, he thought about it, and I don't blame him, because Mordor on the Cape to Cape was shocking. It was
We've
all
fallen
small
off.
little rocks.
4
and
times each.
hard, yeah.
4
And
times each. We fell off our bikes.
I
Followed-
jackknifed twice, straight over the top.
so many things
very
tested my
difficult day.
patience, such as the guy playing Lady Gaga picking up Mr. Self-Righteous.
Yes.
He stops every 5 minutes, which good on him. I get it. You stop, you pick up rubbish. You're doing the right thing. Completely understand that. Please just don't stop in the middle of the trek where you have 30 people coming through every like 10 minutes.
Try to get through. That's true.
Because I get that, but like,
But I'm just thinking though, like, just so you know, I'm painting that as a bad day, but we are going to do the event again because you said yes. But now we're ready for it. It should be fine. But is that what you're talking about the adventures? Like, I know, for example, when you said yes to the up all night, I remember, 2 seconds. Smitty's asking, just working, showing the crew this feed. The general consensus, that is Caleb. Is he single? Are you single, Caleb?
very much so.
Okay, there you go. We have the saying, of course, that is the next thing. Caleb is single, just so everyone knows. Where was I? What was I talking about? Now I've totally forgotten. I've been distracted by Smitty as usual. Smitty's probably
Happens
down
quite
at the
often.
stores. What was I talking about?
You're talking about something about how for each trip, you should just say yes because, yeah.
That's it. Yes. As I was just saying before, Caleb was saying before about just saying yes to things that hurt. We have had some of the best times during some of the worst times of taking our adventures.
100%.
Like,
It's like the anger, the parts that I was like, it takes a lot to get me angry.
it does.
But if you do, I will not forget that for a very long time.
He does have a temper when things are. Oh, actually, sorry, there's been another donation.
has
Sorry
there?
to interrupt, mate. We're now at $370 raised. Peter, thank you very much
Thank you
once
very much.
again for donating. Thank you very much, Peter. Thank you for
But,
that. But sorry, yes, do you remember the time when we climbed 1,200 meters? I think it was day 5 in
Of
one
Everest?
day. Yeah.
Straight
We
up hill.
climbed up. We went straight up. We were so cactus. We went to lie down. They dragged us outside to show us safety because they were scared we were going to not
Do
wake
you know
up from
how
our.
scary that was
Yes.
after it? He was like, oh yeah, the reason we did that was. And I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, to get us because just so you know, obviously the last thing you want to do when you're climbing and getting altitude sickness, which we had headaches and so on.
Yeah, it's a completely different feeling to what you'd expect.
Correct. And trying to breathe but not actually getting anything. That
I
makes
just
sense.
felt you feel, this is the best way I can explain it. You feel exhausted. Your stomach kind of feels like a spiral,
Mhm.
and your joints are, or your limbs aren't getting enough oxygen that they need. So you feel on every step feels like at least 10 steps. And we got to one part where I think you were fine. Everybody else was fine. They were drinking their water, eating the cheese. And I'm sitting here going, no, I'm not stopping. I continue to walk with, I think did we continue to walk with that guy? Yeah. I physically could not stop. And if I stopped, I would have not kept going.
Yeah. That was on day 3.
And they walked me up the hill. I got there. I wanted to get my sleeping bag because I was freezing as I just wanted to lay there for a bit. Joke's on me. Get out of your sleeping bag. Didn't know it was because I could have died. But I don't think I've ever had something more
because the thing is when you get altitude sickness, you get tired, but you also get a headache. And then when you lay down, to get over your headache and those type of things, the thing is that, of course, there's a chance, obviously, that you may not wake up, which is not a good thing. So what they decided to do was get us up out of our bed to show us what they do if there's someone does suffer from bad altitude sickness, to put someone in a pressure chamber and so on. I remember standing there going, why the hell are they showing us this? Am I going to pump this thing up if I'm sick? The typical thing saying,
everybody's going to pass out from altitude
sickness. But in hindsight, thank God they did. And our guides from all of those, the actual Blue Ship Journey company, those guides were awesome. We had an actual Everest summiter who'd summited 7 times. We had our own masseuse. They were all awesome.
We met the oldest person to ever trek.
The oldest Nepalese man to ever get there. He was 78, I believe.
And he got to the top of Everest.
Yep. And that's unfortunately, we met him 2 days before he died, actually, at base camp, waiting to do the summit again. And I remember I had a conversation with someone when we got home. Oh, that's sad. He's older. I said, you didn't meet him. He was with his grandson, who was his interpreter.
Yeah.
And he loved what he was doing.
Every minute of what he was doing.
Correct. And mate, if I have to go out,
I just thought about it also.
Yeah.
I was probably the last teenager he'd ever seen.
Yeah. On there, yeah, you were the only. Just to be clear again, and by the way, Mabs, how are you? By the way, how are you, Mabs? It's good to see you again, and of course the rest, Anthony as well, who's watching on the Facebook live stream, and hello to everyone who's watching us on YouTube as well. But obviously, when he got up there, when I met him, do you remember what his motto was? Why he was? Remember, we asked him, "Why are you climbing Everest?" Not like are up all night. Why are you doing it? You don't remember? I wrote it down because he said, "I want to highlight to the actual Nepalese people that anything is possible." And we have to take care of Mother Earth because Mother Earth takes care of us. So he wanted to highlight again because he was the oldest man, but then I think there was a man from Tokyo who climbed Everest and he was 79, I believe, and he was climbing, and I believe he was 80 at that time to get up. And to put in perspective, that's like having Granddad climb to Mount Everest, the top. I wouldn't be able to do that.
I don't think I'd have the mental strength to even try and do that.
Yeah, correct. Smith says, very inspirational challenge, base camp. What's the next challenge after the up all night? Mate, have you opened a can of worms there? I've got some ideas, my friend. All right. So now, Smitty, just so you know, we have a couple of sayings, as you know, we're planning on getting to the fight camp, which he is going to come to. One, I've never been to a fight camp, but obviously we have to travel to be able to do that. And I have already raised with Kaleb in Borneo to climb one of the summits there, if you remember, Kaleb. That's a smaller summit.
Oh, is that the one where we trekked up a hill and then trekked back through the bush?
Remember we saw it from there.
And you're like, I want to do that.
You want to climb that? And I got it on video. He said yes, so you can't back over now.
Maybe is everything I say maybe to, or it depends, is automatically a yes for you?
Because when it's on video, it's a yes. So we've got the Borneo mountain that we actually are planning on doing. We have, we've also got the mountain, in Tokyo, the Mount Fuji.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going.
That's a small one as well. There's also Mount Kilimanjaro. That's actually in South Africa that I want to do. And this is something which only you are going to do with me. I know you are the only one who's going to be able to do it. Okay. Because I know the girls are not going to do it. I know they're not. We are going to have an ice bath.
What?
In Antarctica, in the ocean. So in other words, you go to Antarctica, you visit it.
Are you mentally okay?
And you get off the boat and you jump in the water.
You okay?
No, that's what we're doing. Yes, no, we're doing. We have to.
Okay?
They won't do it. Like Brianna won't even get in the sea with me here.
Please tell me what normal person says. You know what we want to do? We want to go to Antarctica.
Yes.
Go in the ocean. Yep. Freeze every part of our body to the point of not coming back.
No, you get in, you get out. Have you had an ice bath before?
Yes, and I wanted it just was utter pain.
Yes. No, but you get over it.
It's so cold that it hurts.
You learn how to breathe. I did the
I don't think I'd be able to breathe. I think I'd be hyperventilating and pass out.
Okay. And I would even compromise when, of course, all the bloody borders are open. I'll compromise and do Canada because I do love Canada. But I've never been to, because I believe in our town, you can get the boat and take it down there, have tours and stuff. Yep. You know what I mean? It's a nature reserve, and see it. And I've always wanted to see that one. The ice would just be beautiful. And you're the only one who will do an ice bath with me.
Well, because I'm just as insane as you are.
No, Brianna doesn't swim unless it's 40 degrees and the water's 40 degrees. Your mother, forget it.
Mum, no chance.
No, forget it.
If it doesn't include.
Sammy would, but
that's not a good idea.
That's not a good idea at his age. So you're the only one. And of course, probably maybe Smitty. Smitty might come down. Smitty, you want to come for an ice bath, mate? So in other words, here's a shout out. If we go to fight camp with him, he may have to come to the ice bath with us. All right, Smitty's here just asking, okay, what's about the single stuff? We've already got that stuff. Just asking, a friend of mine who plays tennis and studies in New York. Is Kaleb's sister single? Okay, so would you like to answer that, Kaleb, or would you like me to answer that?
Oh, I'm not staying in that part. That's not my job.
Here's the answer for you. I don't know, mate.
None of us know.
Is that the most truthful answer for you? No idea. I can't keep up with half of the stuff that happens in my family than anything else.
Oh, literally, I'm here for the ride along.
Correct.
I'm in the back seat of the car.
So once again, reminding everyone again, of course, if you do want to help Kaleb out in one of his adventures, obviously going to the Up All Night, he's trying to raise $500 for RMHC here in Perth, WA. His current figure is $370 of that $500. So thank you to our 4 donators, which is awesome for bringing that to us so far. Because once again, every dollar counts. Everyone goes to it. We think so.
Okay,
Jane, good girl. Thanks. So Jane's answered the question for first Smitty that, of course, we think she's single.
We think.
I will be honest.
We're still
I have no idea. None.
Dad, me and you're in the same boat. We know what we're told, and even when we're told, we still don't know.
I know you're single. That's about as. And I know Sammy's single. That's about as far as I know.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, who else we got here? So Nini is actually here as well. Welcome to the live cross. Thank you very much. Of course, Mads has already come here, as well as Anthony. So I'm just make sure I haven't forgotten anyone, because once again, and Ali as well. I'm literally streaming through both the YouTube and Facebook, and I want to keep.
Are there the same amount of viewers on both, or is it
no two separate programs?
Oh, so then there's 4.
You got it.
Okay.
So we have a multitude, a couple of people coming in.
So we had a fair few earlier.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, I thought I was like, why are the numbers not?
So is there anything else you would like to talk about in the final stuff? So we wait for the donating for the Up All Night stuff. Anything else to talk about?
I want to know for you.
Here we go. Your question for me.
You've asked me this 100,000 times.
Yeah.
Why did you want to do all these adventures?
Why? It's a good question. Why do I want to?
I've been asked them 100 times, but you've never told me why you want to do them all.
Why do I want to do them all the time? I suppose that when I broke my skull, as you know about my accident, when I broke my skull on my back, and I was laying in the bed in hospital, and after the operation, and I had just so you know, my head was they had staples in my head, and it looked like a roast. Anyway, it was rank. Anyway, it was rank. I was sitting there, and the doctor came in and said, I got all the gravel out of your head. There's bruising, so you'll be weak in the left-hand side of your body for a while, but everything should be fine. And by the way, your brain looks fine. I hope you never hear something like that. But anyway, brain looks fine. That means I've looked at it. Anyway, I remember before I went in to have my CT scan, which was before the operation and after, everyone had found I had an accident, and I passed out actually in the scan. I remember, and I'm not religious, but regardless, I remember saying, if I come out of this in one piece, I will not live the same way I did before I came in, because at that stage, this part of my body was not working well at all. Because I had bruising on the brain, which scrambled all my neurons, and I could make a fist with this hand, and this hand was just, there was no strength to it.
It's like when we get pins and needles and you have the
you got it. So exactly. That's exactly right. Without the pins and needles pain, but still with the weakness.
They had no blood in it.
Correct.
You could. Yeah. Okay.
And when he came and told me that, and I said, how do I get home? He says, you have to walk out of here, because they have to show you can walk and stuff.
Yeah.
Because you have to understand, at this time, I had a tube sticking out of my head, sucking the fluid out of my
So you
brain
don't get
cavity.
compressed.
You got it, so it doesn't expand. So I've got this suction thing on my head. It was the most rank I've felt and the happiest. But leaving there, I promised I wouldn't live the same way I did. So the thing is that nowadays I'm very impatient, as you know.
Oh, I know that.
But not impatient with people, or sometimes I am, but not impatient with things, but I'm impatient to live life. That's it.
Is do it as soon as you possibly
Correct.
can. Don't put it off.
So if someone says to me, do you want to do an up all night walk? I usually say yes before I think about it. 2 reasons. 1, I've never done it before. So there's part of the life I want to live. And 2, it's raising money. Going to base camp with you. We decided in the doctor's surgery, if you remember, we set up the Facebook page in the doctor's surgery before you found out. We didn't even know what we were signing up
and the
for.
way we thought about it was
Mhm.
because there was a cutout statue
Correct.
of a person there. And we even got to think.
Correct.
Tanya?
Yes, we actually, Tanya sent us. Kaleb got this idea from someone actually did climbed Everest as a teenager, and I said we're not going to climb Everest, but we will go to base camp. We set this up before we knew how we were even going to get there. We didn't even know, to be honest, where it was, how we got there, or even how we do it. The Cape to Cape you and I signed up for. I said let's go down and do it. How long is it? I don't know.
Don't know.
When is it? I don't know. Have you have a
trained?
bike?
No.
Said,
Literally,
but
we went down to the bike store and they're like, "What are you doing?" Riding.
Correct. We're doing a mountain biking race. Have you done it before? No.
No.
What do you need? I don't know. 2 wheels.
You tell us.
But once again, I'm very busy at work. This is not about not being, but I like filling in my time with memories I share with someone. Like, for example, when you nearly rode over the brown snake.
That was
Brown
terrifying.
snake?
Because
We thought it was a stick and he nearly rode over it. Scared me half to death because he was going to be fine. It was going to flick up in my face and kill me. Brown snakes are poisonous. Do so no down here.
severely. Other than
correct.
the
They're
second
very,
most venomous.
Very,
in the
very
world.
poisonous. And it was slow, then quick.
Is that funny that Australia, this is where they decided to throw all the world's deadliest animals and go, yeah, they've got this. They can take it.
Not a lot of stuff could kill you down here.
Everything, well, most things are made to kill you.
Yes.
Whether you're outside and it's the sun, whether you're in the bush and it's a
Spider,
redback, and snake.
Yep. A lot of different things can kill you down here, including the sharks that I'm swimming with and brought to pub. Anyway, we won't talk about too much that with Jane. Jane obviously watching. But Jones, does that answer your question?
No, it does.
I'm impatiently looking for reasons to live.
You want to adventure, but you
Does
don't
that
know
make
what it
sense?
is.
Yeah.
No, I get you.
It's not that I have to go and have an adventure every single day. I've got responsibilities, family, Sammy, business. But when I have free time, I don't want to just exist.
You don't want to just be at home. I get it. 'Cause you like being at home when you can.
That's it. Yep.
But you always want to go somewhere because when you're at work,
I got a responsibility.
you
Got to
come
do.
home.
Yeah, correct. And I want to live something. And the thing is that I don't like swimming. I don't.
I got that from you.
Yes, but I'm doing it because it's something I've never done before. And sometimes, funny enough, the things that you've never done before and don't like when we were training for base camp and you came up to do the stairs with me. Remember Kings Park?
Jacob's Ladder?
Yep. I've never heard a 13-year-old swear so much in my life, to be honest. He did not like that. Did not like it. And I said, mate, we have to do 7 of these. He did, and I don't blame him. It sucked. But in the end, it was something that was good. Lucky we did.
It was. I never fully understood Jacob's Ladder. Never did. I just hated people on it. I hated the ladder. Yes, it hurt. But I'm also hated the people on the ladder.
Why?
Because they all kept getting in your way and then they'd run around you and then they'd do this like,
but
as they go around
we
you.
went there
like,
busy and
I kept hearing like, remember, I'm a 13-year-old about.
Not very big.
Yay high.
He's bigger than me now, but he wasn't very big.
I was about what, up to your shoulder?
Lower than that.
Lower
You're
than
shorter than that. I have photos at home.
So I was trying to get up there as quickly as possible with my legs half the size of most of these people.
Yep.
And the amount of sighs I heard, I was like, is it a bad idea to knock the ankle of the person sighing at me on the stair?
Yes.
Is that a bad idea?
As they sigh, because it is quite small, but I was too busy trying to breathe, to be honest.
Kings Park was good though.
Yes, it was.
Every time we went there, we went back to Kings Park.
Walking around Kings Park was one of the highlights. All right, so with us wrapping up now, we did go for a little bit longer, an hour. Apologies, mate. But we have raised $370 so far.
I'm not going to complain.
Yep, for RMHC. So it means you now only $170 and $30 away from it, which is far better than being $500 away from it, which is awesome when it comes down. Anything else you'd like to wrap up? I want to thank everyone and so on.
I'd just like to thank everybody who came.
So I am the.
This is why we don't give him buttons.
That's
because
correct.
Because he's impulsive.
Because then I'll have to play that for Samuel. And Samuel asked me to set that one. But go on, mate. Sorry, apologies, mate.
What was I saying? I forgot.
You were thanking the people.
Oh yeah, no. I was just going to say thank you for everybody who came out. It was good fun. Went for a lot longer than expected, but in a good way though. It was good just talking about random stuff.
Yep.
Or stuff that well, not really random stuff, but Stephanie in general.
Correct. And we raised $370.
Exactly. And absolutely thank you to people who donated that excess amount.
Which is awesome. And it just means it just makes it so much easier for the people of the house to do their jobs and stuff as well. Doing a final refresh. So yeah, $370 raised. Only, as I said, $130. You might be able to donate some of your Bitcoin profits, my boy.
Exactly.
To that.
A millionaire in Bitcoin.
Not quite. But
if only.
Yeah, but as always, once again, if you are watching this on replay or anything else, the actual donation link is going to be in the actual description, both on Facebook and on YouTube. The Up All Night Walk is actually going to be concluding in the next 2 weeks, so that obviously that link will close off after the event. But if you do want to donate some money and help Kaleb and help the house, we would truly appreciate it. Any amount at all whatsoever will help Kaleb get to his stuff. And of course, Guapo, how are you, by the way, coming in at the end, the final few coming through. But as I was saying, if you want to be able to donate to those, please do that. Now, of course, obviously, if you are on YouTube and Facebook and you want to follow on with the live cross for the Up All Night, just make sure you actually subscribe or follow the page so you get notifications when we do go live, especially on the Up All Night or the Port to Pub, which I'm hoping to do some live cross depending on connection, obviously.
Well, am I sitting on the boat with a little GoPro?
No, I'm taking my drone out and have some fun with it, but I'll be swimming and trying not to drown, to be honest, but I will do some live crossing.
I want to see your reaction to swimming and looking down and seeing absolutely nothing,
mate. I'm trying not to think about it because one of our upcoming videos, Brianna and I did some training down at Port Beach in some waves. Like, mate, waves.
How was it?
Oh, it was bad current, wind, waves. It was shocking.
That's the thing that I'm worrying for you about is if you go down there.
Yeah, hopefully it's like today, not like that.
Hopefully it's like this and not huge waves, swell, everything.
I know.
Sharks.
One for you because you're paddling.
Yeah. Do you know how bad it's going to be if I paddle 2 steps forward, 1 step back every 2 seconds?
But the thing is that I was swimming because the water was beautiful and clear. I was swimming, going up to our K because we wanted to swim a K down there in the really bad conditions. Swimming a K, and then suddenly I went to the right, and there was this, those brown jellyfish from the Swan River.
Yeah, the ones that don't sting.
But 3 times bigger.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And it had stingers at the bottom with little baby fish around all the stingers, little baby fish.
Oh, no, that's pretty cool.
This thing was about the size of my head. I swear, I nearly crapped myself.
Because you're going eaten by a jellyfish.
This is not a good sign that if I bump into anything while I'm swimming to Rotto. But anyway, but no, it was beautiful water, but the swimming's good. But I'm with you, mate. I'm praying to the weather gods, hopefully that we don't have.
I'm just hoping you don't get a jellyfish storm sprayed in. Because when I went swimming up in kind of like Rockingham,
I did that.
We swam out to like the the platforms out in the water.
Yes.
Me and Adam, yeah, we swam out there.
Yeah.
And it was devastating because I was stung along the neck.
Was that the brown ones?
No.
Well, they're the blue bottles.
I think they weren't blue bottles.
No?
Blue bottles kill you.
Yeah. No, they don't.
No. What was the ones that kill you?
Box jellyfish kill you in Queensland.
Blue
yeah. So we're talking about things that kill you in Australia. Yeah.
Long list.
The blue bottles hurt though.
It really hurt. It was along my neck and down my shoulder because they have a long stingers.
Yeah.
So it went from here down to like my shoulder here. Not okay.
Yeah. I'm hoping. Please don't jinx it like that. I'm going to have no problem swimming. Anyway, as I was just saying, thank you very much for everyone for watching. We will see you tomorrow night when we're doing our outdoor trek. We're doing a live cross while we walk. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be covering off with the kids what we're planning on taking, some of the companies we're going to be using to source some of those ideas, as well as you can then ask any of your questions while they're training tomorrow, as well as, of course, if you'd like to donate, you can donate live there, and we can thank you, obviously, online. If you haven't got anything else, mate, we are done.
Yeah, I guess we're all finished then.
Beautiful. Final refresh of the page, just to confirm we're still at 370. Haven't gone backwards. Yes, we are 370. Beautiful. Thank you very much to everyone, and we will see you very soon tomorrow.